It's very hot this summer, but do you know what's even hotter? The complete one-year program by sisyaclass for mathematics from grades 3 to 10. 100% only IIT and IIT teachers. This course completes Vedic mathematics and competitive exams like Olympiads and Math Kangaroo. The classes are starting from 5th of May 2025 and all of this for 9,999. Is the price a bit high? Don't worry parents, the mega offer from sisyaclass this summer season is live. And in this mega offer, you can get this complete one-year mathematics program only for 999, which is even lesser than 2 rupees per class. Parents, what do you get these days for 2 rupees? Not even a good cup of tea. But here at sisyaclass, you are getting quality classes from IIT and IT teachers at even lesser than 2 rupees per class. Parents, hurry up, quickly click on the link given in the description below or scan this QR code to complete the payment and book your seat.
Alright dear students, welcome back to yet another session from sisyaclass in this Ultimate Bridge series which we have started aiming to help students that are moving from to grade 9 to grade 10. Just to tell you that grade 10 is not at all difficult provided our grade 9 concepts are really strong. In this series, if you have already uploaded one video that is real numbers grade 10 chapter 1 and I have shown you how it is just an extension of grade 9 chapter 1 that was number system. Okay, now just a reminder that this series is going on in 3 different languages. Suppose if you want to learn it in Hindi, you can check out the session taken by Shrikesh sir, who is from IIT Gandhinagar. And suppose if you are professional in Telugu, you want to learn in Telugu language, we have that option as well. Now, in this chapter, what we are going to discuss is advancing in algebra. Algebra, we have started from 6th grade, right? And each grade we are advancing, and this grade 10 also we will advance. So, what was grade 9 chapter 2? If you remember, it was polynomials, and grade 10 chapter 2 is also polynomials. I will show you how it is nothing but an extension of what we have already studied. And that is why I keep on telling, and that is the aim of the series, that we want to smoothen out your grade 9 concept so that in grade 10 you won't face any problem. Before starting the session, I would also like to thank all the students for the overwhelming responses we have received on our first video. So dear students, if you can see, there's a link provided in the description. We have started our pilot course program that is a 1-week duration program in which you'll be getting subjects like maths, physics, chemistry, biology, coding and robotics, and every day there will be live classes. And dear students, this is for just rupees 29. For 1 week, you will be able to learn this subjects from top IIT and NIT teachers. Apart from that, I have a few more announcements that all the students that are enrolling in our pilot course program will be getting a certificate of completion, as well as if you perform really well, you will get certificate of merit as well. Along with that, you're also going to get a chance to write scholarship test. Now, this scholarship test will be given by all the students that are enrolling in our pilot course program, and the top performers will get some really good scholarship as well. All right, let's start. So, but first, let me just introduce myself. So, if you don't know me yet, so my name is Rishab. I'm maths master teacher here at sisyaclass. I've completed my education from IIT Jodhpur, and I've been doing this for quite some time now. That is more than 5 years. All right, so let's start. But first, let me just introduce to you a very great French philosopher and mathematician, René Descartes. Now, what he did, he contributed significantly in the subject of mathematics. But I would like to tell you one very interesting story. So I'm sure it happens with you also that whenever, suppose if you are stuck at a problem, you keep on thinking that, like it used to happen with me when I was a student. It still happened with me. Like suppose there are some problems which I get stuck, I lay down on the couch and think of that problem. So same happened with him also. So he encountered a problem, and what he did, he was just thinking about the problem, and he just laid down on his couch. On the top, he saw a fan, and there was one fly which keeps on bothering him at that time. So what he thought in his mind is, can I get the exact position of this fly? So what he did, he got an idea first of all, and he assumed the blades of the fan to be axis. And then he arises the question that, can I locate the exact position of this fly? And if I can, then how? And this discovery led into what we know as coordinate system, the coordinate geometry as we know it right now in the form. So what he assumed that blades of the fan has 2 axes, that is x-axis and y-axis, and later he was able to figure out the form. Now, once we have this Cartesian coordinate in front of us, you all know this is x-axis, this is y-axis. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. And just to tell you, in this xy coordinate, we can plot any number of graphs, right? We have seen we can plot. This is the first curve. Let's say we have another curve. This is second curve, right? Similarly, if you have like list of functions, we can plot them on the graph paper. But the question arises, can you tell me we have y equals to ax plus b, y equals to ax square plus bx plus c, y equals to a by x plus bx and ax cube. But the question is, how many of them are polynomials? Now, this is not a new term to you. Why? Because grade 9 you have studied in this chapter too. But still, I'll quickly refresh your memory. So the general form of polynomial, the p of x is given by a n x raised to power n plus a n minus 1 x raised to power n minus 1 so on till a naught. Now what are this a n minus 1, a n minus 2? These are coefficients and x is a variable and this is exponent. Now in grade 9, chapter 2, you studied what is polynomial. I'll tell you, don't worry. We studied degree of a polynomial. We studied zeros of a polynomial. We studied how to factorize both quadratic and cubic polynomial. And we learned 4 algebraic identities. In grade 10, see, that's what I mean telling you. This is just an extension of grade 9, right? In grade 10, we will be first learning what are types of polynomials. Second, what is the geometrical meaning of the zeros? Third, the relation between zeros and coefficients for quadratic polynomial and relation between zeros and coefficient for a cubic polynomial. All right, but let's refresh our memory. Stay with me, bring your notebook and pen, and let's start. So first of all, what is a polynomial? So remember in ninth grade, we learned that there are 3 conditions. So first condition is the exponent should be a non-negative integer. That is, exponent should not be like -5 or it should not be -7/2, something like that. Second, the exponent should not be in the denominator. That is, we cannot have 1 by x or we cannot have 1 by x cube. And third, the coefficients should be a real number. That is, what have I told you? A(n), a1, a2, a0, all the coefficients should be a real number. If these 3 conditions are satisfied, we can for sure say that that is a polynomial. I hope you all remember this now. Okay, what is the degree of a polynomial? The degree of the polynomial is the highest power of the variable. Let me show you with an example just to make it better clear. So suppose we have a polynomial in front of us, y equals to x raised to power 4 plus 3x cube plus x square minus x plus 7. Now, see, listen, degree of polynomial is what? The highest power of the variable, right? Can you tell me what is highest power here? Clear, right? We can all see that 4 is the highest power. So what is the degree of this polynomial? 4. Clear? I hope it is clear. Yes. This is just concepts. I'm just refreshing your mind. Second, y equals to x raised to power minus 3, 3x, x raised to power 9, so on, so on, so on. Now I can clearly see that 9 is the highest power. So that means the degree of this polynomial is 9. Yes? No. No. Why? I'll tell you why. See, the thing is, tell me, is this a polynomial? No, right? Remember the condition of the polynomial, the degree should not be a negative integer. -3 is negative and so is -11. So is it a polynomial? No. So will it have a degree? There is no talk about that, right? All right. So this is just a trick question. But what if we have a y is equals to 2? What is this? What is this polynomial? This polynomial is a constant polynomial, right? And always remember just recall, what is the degree of the constant polynomial? It is 0. Why? I'll tell you why. See, y equals to 2. Why is it 0? Don't just memorize it. Just understand this. See, y is equals to 2. Can I write this as 2 times x raised to power 0? Of course, yes, right. Because x raised to power 0 is what? Nothing. X raised to power 0 is 1. So if it is 1, that it doesn't make any difference. That means the degree of this constant polynomial, be it y equals to 7, b equals to y equals to 2025, the degree of that polynomial is always going to be 0. But how about we have a, let's say, polynomial y equals to 0. Now this polynomial is what? This is a 0 polynomial. And what is the degree of 0 polynomial? As you know, if you can recall, its degree is not defined. But I'll tell you why it happens, because to understand the reason, that is the most important part. See, y equals to 0. Can I write y equals to 0 as 0 times x raised to power, let's say, cube? Or I can also write 0 times x raised to power 2025. Yeah, who can stop me? Why? Because 0 multiplied by anything is what? 0. So here you are saying degree is 3, 2025. Actually, the degree is not defined. I hope you understand why it happens. Clear? Awesome. Now let's move on to the zeros of the polynomial. By definition, the zeros of the polynomial is the value of the variable which makes the value of the polynomial 0. I hope this is pretty clear. Value of the variable which makes the value of polynomial 0. For example, let's just consider one polynomial y equals to 2x minus 4. Now tell me, if I'm putting x equals to 2 here, what is the value of y I'll get? Y I will get 2 times 2, that is 4 minus 4, which is 0. So can I say that x equals to is the 0 of the polynomial? True, right? That is what it says. The value of variable, that is value of x, which makes the value of polynomial, that is y, in this case as 0. Let's take one more example for the quadratic polynomial. Suppose if we have y equals to x square minus 4x plus 3. Try putting x equals to 1. If I put x equals to 1 here, what I will get? Y equals to 1 minus 4 plus 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. Can I say x equals to 1 is the 0 polynomial? Absolutely yes. Why? If I'm putting x equals to 1, I'm getting y as 0. Let's put x equals to 3 also and see what happens. If I'm putting x as 3, what I will get? Y equals to 3 square, that is 9, minus 4 plus minus 4 times 3 plus 3. Now this is what 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 minus 4 times 3 is also 12. 12 minus 12 is what? 0. So can I say x equals to 3 is also 0? Yes. And it is a quadratic polynomial, and you know if the quadratic polynomial will have would have two zeros. So the two zeros in this case are 1 and x equals to 3. I hope everyone remembers this. All right, absolutely correct. Now let's move on to the factorization of polynomial. Now, if we have a quadratic polynomial, what do? We split the middle term. Now, what are the rules? Whenever we are splitting the middle term, the product should be this 1 times 3, that is 3, and sum should be minus 4. So how will I factorize it? X square minus 4x I will write as minus x minus 3x plus 3. Yes or no? Okay. Here, can I take x common? Of course, yes, x minus 1. Here, what I can take common? I can take 3 common. I will get x minus 1. So here we have factorized x minus 3 times x minus 1. This is how you factorize a quadratic polynomial. I hope everyone remembers this. What if we have a cubic polynomial? Now, just to recall your memory, refresh your memory, whenever we have a cubic polynomial, say x cubed minus 23x squared plus 142x minus 120. Now, here we have to guess the first root. In this case, it is all pretty clear. If I'm putting x as 1, what I'm getting? 1 minus 23 plus 142 times 1 is 1, 142 itself, minus 120. Now 142 plus 1 will give me 143. Minus 23 minus 120, I will get minus 143 again. So this is 0. So I have found that x minus 1 is the one of the factor. So what I will do, I will just do the long division. I will just divide it with x minus 1. And I hope everyone remembers this now. This is not important in grade 10 perspective, but again, we should know the foundation really, really well. Right. Let's move on to the algebraic identities which we have studied in grade 9. First identity is x plus y whole square is x square plus y square plus 2xy, or in some schools you have studied a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Whatever be the case in Sisya, that's how I teach. I consider this as first term, second term. So it will become f square, that is first term square, second term square, second term square, plus 2 times the product of first term and second term. It becomes much easier that way. But whatever the case, what important is that we know what identity 1 is now. What is identity 2? In place of plus, we have minus. That means x minus y whole square becomes equals to x square plus y square minus 2xy. Simple, clear. Identity 3, and perhaps the most important identity for in grade 10 purpose, I'm saying, and that is x square minus y square will be equals to x minus y multiplied by x plus y. I hope everyone remembers. And let's learn identity 4 as well. This is not that important, but of course, this is just a result we should remember. That is x plus a multiplied by x plus b is equals to x square plus a plus bx plus ab. Clear? Awesome. So these are 4 identities, and this is what we studied in grade 9. Let's move on to the first topic of grade 10, that is what is the geometrical meaning of the zeros, meaning how do we geometrically infer the zeros of polynomial. It is going to be a very fun session, and I'm telling you, this is the most easiest chapter of the grade 10. Actually, everything is easy, but this is the highest scoring chapter. Trust me, in this class itself, if you are able to understand everything, this you will never lose marks. All right. For an example, I'll just take one example. Suppose we have, but before that, let's just read what is the statement says. The graphically, the zeros of the polynomial are the x coordinates of the point where the graph of the polynomial intersects at x-axis. What does it mean? We have to find the point at which the graph of the polynomial is intersecting the x-axis. Don't worry, even if you're understanding 50%, it is okay. I'll help you with the help of an example. So in this case, what example we have? We have y equals to 2x minus 4. Now the curve of this polynomial looks linear. It is a linear, so it will be a straight line. And can you tell me what point is it cutting the x-axis? It is cutting at x equals to 2, right? So what is the zero of this polynomial? Zero of this polynomial is x is equals to 2. I hope it is clear. Yes. Great. Let's take one more example. Suppose if we have y equals to x square minus 4x plus 3. Now, how does this graph look? It will look something like this. Yes. So what are the zeros? The first zero is this 1, and the second zero is what? This 3. So it has two zeros, that is x equals to 1 as well as x equals to 3. Pretty straight thing. What we will do, we will see at what point the graph of the polynomial is cutting the x-axis. Great. All right. Let's do some questions. Can you tell me what is the zero of this polynomial? Think and take. You can pause the video. Think and tell me the answer. All right. Okay. So tell me, distance. Is this graph intersecting x-axis at any point? No, right? That means what is the zero? It has zero zeros. It's pretty clear, right? Suppose if we have the graph like this, can you tell me how many zeros does it have? No, remember, dear students, whenever we have such a graph, it is a graph of a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because this is a parabola. Here we have two zeros that are equal. So we are having two zeros because it is just touching it, right? It is two zeros are there, but both the zeros are equal. All right, let's do one more question. Okay, can you tell me how many zeros this graph has? Clear. What? This is x-axis. It is intersecting at one point only. This is minus 1. So the zero is absolutely very clear. We have only one zero, and that zero is x equals to minus 1. Pretty straightforward thing. All right, one more question we'll do. Can you tell me how many zeros this graph has? This is 1, 2, and 3. So this graph polynomial has three zeros. This is just nothing. Once you understand the concept, everything becomes very easy. I have a question for you. Can you tell me how many zeros this graph has? I'm not going to tell you the answer. What you do, think and type the answer in the comment box below. I will make sure to tell you whether you are right or wrong, or if you're wrong, then why you're wrong. But just give it a go. Does it have 1, 2, or 4 zeros, or 6 zeros, whatever be the case, just let me know in the comment box. All right, that is good. So we have studied the geometrical meaning of zeros. Now let's delve deep into quadratic polynomial. Now general form of quadratic polynomial is given by y equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient of x square term, b is the coefficient of x term, and c is what? C is nothing but a constant. So I'll just tell you. So if let's consider this quadratic polynomial y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. Let's assume that this quadratic polynomial has two roots, alpha and beta. Now, whatever I'm going to say in the next 2-3 minutes is the most important part of this chapter. That is, whenever we have the sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a. This is called as sum. Sum of roots alpha plus beta will be given by minus b by a, that is minus the coefficient of x over the coefficient of x square. Alpha beta, this is known as product of roots, that is c, which is constant term, over a, which is the coefficient of x square. So s we have, always remember this, alpha plus beta is what? Minus b by a, and alpha beta is what? C by a. I hope everyone knows this. This is pretty clear. You have understood it. Make this, note this down right now. This is a 5-star formula. The first 5-star formula for this chapter, that is alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha beta is c by a. And what do we do with 5-star formulas? We write them down and we will never forget them. That's why I tell you, if you encounter such 5-star formulas, make sure you write them on any piece of paper and stick wherever you study, in your study table or any wall you please. Please take your parents' permission first. All right. So when we understood this, I'll explain you better with the help of some examples. So read the question. We have to find the sum and product or the roots of the polynomial x square minus 5x plus 1. We will not find the actual roots. Why? Because we have to find the sum. Now s is given by what? S is equals to alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a. And product is given by alpha beta, that is c by a. Can you tell me in this case what is a? A is 1, the coefficient of x square. If nothing is written, I will assume the coefficient of x square as 1. Clear. B is what? Negative of 5, the coefficient of x. So b is negative 5, and c is what? 1. See, whenever you start this question, first write a, b, and c, then write the formulas in front of you. You will never make a mistake. So s is alpha plus beta, that is minus b by a. So I will write minus. What is b? Negative 5. So I will write negative 5 over what is a? A is 1. So minus of minus 5 will give us what? Plus 5. So sum of this quadratic polynomial becomes 5. What is product? Alpha beta. It will be given by c by a. What is c here? 1. See, once you have listed down, no brainer then. Just copy paste the values. A A is also 1. So 1 by 1 is what? 1. So sum is 5, product is 1. Done and dusted. Question is answered. All right. Let's do one more problem. And see, it is very easy. We have to find the sum and product of the roots for quadratic polynomial this. Again, first step first. A is what? Negative 3. B is what? Positive 2. C is what? Negative 11. We have to find sum. So sum is given by S equals to alpha plus beta is equals to minus of B by A. That is minus of 2 over minus of 3. Minus minus will get cancelled. It will sum will become 2 by 3. Similarly, if you have product, how will I find it? It will be given by alpha beta. This is equals to C over A. What is C? Negative 11. What is A? A is again minus 3. Minus minus will get cancelled. What you will get? 11 over 3. So sum is 2 by 3. Product is 11 by 3. I hope it is clear now. Right. Let's do one more problem. See, it's all about problem solving. Again, the concept remains the same. What is A? What is B? And what is C? Okay, but here's one learning, and I would like to emphasize on this learning. See, what is A? A is clear. Coefficient of x square minus 1. What is B? 4. What is C? C is what? Constant term. Can you see any constant term in this polynomial? No. If we cannot see, that means C is 0. Next, again, what is S? S will be given by minus B by A. That is alpha plus beta. So minus B is what? 4. And A is what? Minus 1. So minus minus get cancel. S is nothing but 4. Can you calculate P now? P is what? C by A. C is what? 0. 0 over minus 1 is what? Nothing but 0. 0 over anything. And minus 0 doesn't make sense. So 0 over anything will give us answer as 0. So sum is 4. But product of roots is what? 0. Okay. Awesome. Let's do one more question just to test you one more time. So we have to find S and P here. What I will do, first step always same. What is A? A is 1. What is B? B, okay, I'll talk about. C is what? Constant of 5. What will the value of B? Remember, B is the coefficient of X. Can you see any X term here? No, I cannot see. So B becomes 0. Now same thing. S is what? Minus B by A. I will write minus B over A. I will get minus of 0 over 1. What is minus of 0 over 1? 0. There's nothing as minus 0. Don't do that mistake. I've seen some students write it as minus 0. It doesn't make any sense. Product is what? C by A. C is what? 5. A is what? 1. So what will the product? 5. So sum is 0 and product is 5. Clear? I hope everything is clear up to now. Again, just a reminder, dear students, if you have any doubts, please make sure to comment down below. Also, if you have any feedback for me or any other teachers, you can write it in the comment box below. I will make sure that I will incorporate it in the next session whenever it happens. And dear students, one more thing, if you have any doubts, please clear them right now. Okay, we have question is find the sum and product for the roots of quadratic polynomial x square minus x. Same thing. A is what? 1. B is what? Minus 1. You can see. C is what? 0. Why? Because there is no constant term. Sum is equals to alpha plus beta. That is minus B by A. So negative of negative 1 over positive 1. I will get positive 1. Product is what? Since there is no constant term, it is C by A. C is 0. 0 over 1 is nothing but 0. So sum in this case is 1. Product in this case is 0. Is that like very easy? Okay, great. All right. If that is easy, let's move on to another type of problem. Okay, now this problem, read this problem very carefully. For what value of k, the product of the zeros of the given polynomial is 2. Again, the same thing. We'll start with our solution with the same step. What is A here? A is k. What is B here? B is negative 4. What is C here? Negative 7. So I have value of A, B, and C. We have given for what value of k? K is a constant. That's what we have to find out. The product of the zeros. Now, product is what? Product means alpha times beta is equals to, it is given 2. Now, we know the formula for alpha beta, that is product, is given by C by A is equals to 2. Now, what is the value of C? Minus 7. What is the value of K? A, it is K. I will put it here. So what is the value of K I will get? I will get K as negative 7 over 2. Pretty straightforward. Nothing is there, dear students. Just write A, B, and C. Some formula you know, product formula you know, do it and find the required answer. All right. Okay, this is a very good question, and yes, and this question have is a like board's favorite question, so it is important. Make sure you understand what I'm doing. So what we have to do, we have to find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are the reciprocal of the zeros of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, you understood. We have to find a new polynomial given that the zeros of the new polynomial are the reciprocal of the zeros of this polynomial fx equals to ax square plus bx plus c. Great. So let's assume first of all that alpha and beta are two zeros. What I can say, alpha plus beta is minus b by a. This much I know, right? And alpha beta is what? C by a. Any problem? No. I can write this as standard formula, right? Now we have to find another polynomial, let's say p of x, whose zeros are reciprocal. That means, can I say the zeros will be 1 by alpha and 1 by beta? Yes or no? Right. Now, before I start this question further, one very, very important information I want to tell you. Suppose if we are able to find the sum and product of polynomials of any given polynomial, how can I do revert back? That means, suppose if I have, let's take sum I am able to find, I'm also able to find the product. Can I revert back and write the quadratic polynomial? Yes, I can. And this is a five-star concept, dear students. So make sure you pay entire attention here. What is it? If we have s, if we have found s, if we have found p, the polynomial becomes x square minus sx plus p. This is very, very, very important. X square minus sx plus p, provided I know sum and product. Just note it down because this is going to be very, very, very important. Sum is known, product is known. The polynomial will be given by x square minus sx plus p. Okay. All right. So if you have done this, let's continue this problem. So in this problem, we are let's assume the polynomial zeros of the polynomial are reciprocal. That means zeros will be 1 by alpha and 1 by beta, right? Now let's find the sum. So sum will be what? 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, right? So let's do, how will I find? I'll write alpha beta, and the sum will become alpha plus beta. Now, what is the value of alpha plus beta? Minus b by a. Just plug in the values, minus b by a. What is alpha beta? C over a. A and a will get cancelled, so sum becomes equals to minus b by c. Clear? What will the product? Product is what? 1 by alpha times 1 by beta. I can write 1 by alpha beta. Yes. Now, alpha beta is what? C by a. So I will write 1 over c by a. And of course, a will go on the top. What I'm going to get? I'm going to get a over c. So I have s, I have p. And what did I tell you? Whenever you have to find a polynomial, I will write x square minus sx plus p. So it will become x square. S is what? Minus b by c. So it will become plus b by c. Minus minus get positive. Plus p is what? A by c. So the final answer will become cx square plus bx plus a over c. Clear? Yes. So this is p of x. I hope you will never forget this in the future. Great. Here's one more question for you. I'm not going to solve it. You try this on your own. If you face any problem, tell me. I will answer it. We have to find a quadratic. It's almost similar to the previous problem. What we have to do, we have to find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are half the reciprocal of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. That means I will assume alpha and beta. Again, the same thing. Alpha plus beta is what? Negative b over a. Alpha beta, that is product, is what? C over a. Now we have to find another polynomial. Let's name it as h of x, whose zeros are half the reciprocal of the polynomial. That means it is half the reciprocal, 1 by 2 alpha and 1 by 2 beta. Same thing, just find s. S you will be able to find how? Very easily. 1 by 2 alpha plus 1 by 2 beta. And product will be given by 1 by 4 times alpha beta. Tell me the answer, and if you face any issues, ask me in the comment box. I again telling you, you have to ask me in the comment box. Clear your doubts. I'm here to help you. All the teachers are here to help you and you only, and that is why we have started this series. So, dear students, it is very important to understand this. This is the ultimate bridge series, and this is my promise from side. In fact, everyone's promise that if you're following this series, from start till the end, it is grade 10 is going to be very easy. Everyone is going to be very surprised. We are, I know we are getting into like a very fast way in your school. Maybe this one chapter goes for 1 week, 2 weeks, or maybe longer than that, and we are covering it like one class. But that is what we do, dear students, and that is why this is just a surface level. If you, of course, there has to be more practices involved, and that is why we have our long-term program as well. So just a reminder, please do check out our pilot course program. In our pilot course program, you will get a lot of things. 6 days classes will be there for entire week. What you will be getting subjects like maths, physics, chemistry, biology, coding, and robotics, and all of this for just rupees 29. And you will get a free certificate of completion from Sisya class. And if you ask excel at that, you will get certificate of merit as well. Again, as I told you, you are also going to get a chance to write our prestigious scholarship test. Now, if you do perform it, and I'll tell you if you're okay, like if you're following all the videos, and if when you perform in the scholarship test, it is going to be very easy. All right, link is in the description. If you face any problem, you can always comment, and I will check into that personally. This is clear. Okay, let's do one more problem. This is very easy now. Find a quadratic polynomial. The sum and product. Sum is given as -3. Product is given as 2. We have to find the original polynomial. Now it is very clear. I already told you polynomial is of the form s x square minus xx plus p. So it will become x square. Instead of x, I will write -3. This will become, in front of s, I will write -3 minus of -3x plus p is what? 2. Minus minus will get cancelled. I will get x square plus 3x plus 2. So there we have it. We have the polynomial in front of us. Clear? All right, amazing. We want to do one more question. Okay, we have to find the polynomial sum of zeros as 1 and product of. Okay, read this question. This is actually an interesting question. This question was a sample paper of the last year. A polynomial with sum of zeros as 1 and product as -6 is modeling Anu's height in feet above water at any time in t seconds. Then the polynomial will be given by what? Now, in the actual question, there was options given as well, but I'll tell you what difference it does it make. See, we cannot consider p this time because height is given. So the polynomial will be h, and the variable will also change. In this, it is given in time in t seconds. That means we have to find h of t. But again, the concept remains the same. H of t will be given by t square minus s, that is sum, times t plus product, that is p. Now, t square is what? T square. S is what? In this case, it is given as 1. So I'll just write 1 times t. Product is what? -6. So what the final polynomial becomes? H of t is equals to t square minus t minus 6. Now, this is case study type based question. So, dear students, that is why it is very important. Now, these days, CBSE has started to check more on your conceptual understanding rather than the problem solving. That's why they are giving questions like scenario based question, like how you are able to apply your real life knowledge into, your theoretical knowledge into real life applications. That is why it is very important. And that's why that was the main aim of the series. No. All right. So this is about quadratic polynomial. I think we have covered everything. Let's move to cubic polynomial now. Now, as I told you, this cubic polynomial is not that important per se in the board examination, but it is very important because you are going to write term examination as well. You're going to write what do you say, pre-boards, then come boards. This is very important. So it's very easy. See, we have a cubic polynomial. Standard form is given as y equals to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Clear? Let's assume the three roots of this polynomials are alpha, beta, and gamma. Again, the relation between the roots and the coefficient will be given by three things this time. Sum of roots alpha plus beta plus gamma will be given by -b by a. The sum of roots taken two at times. This is what is called. How will I read this? The sum of roots taken two at a time, that is alpha beta, beta gamma plus gamma alpha will be given by c by a, and alpha beta gamma, simply product of the roots, will be given by minus of d by a. I tell this the very easy trick how to remember this. Start from here: plus, minus, plus, and minus. That means if it is b by a, b will become minus, so minus b by a. C by a, okay, again a positive is there, again c, and d is there, so d by a, but in this case minus sign will come. So again, this is another 5-star formula. Okay, let's consider this 4-star formula, but you have to write this, remember this, because you never know these days, and it is not that difficult as well, let's be honest. All right, so let's do some examples to understand this better. Find the sum and product of the roots for the cubic polynomial. Here cubic should come. Cubic polynomial y equals to x cube minus 3x square minus 4x plus 1. My approach will remain the same. What is my approach? A is what? 1. B is what? Minus 3. C is what? Minus 4. And D is what? 1. Now we have to find sum. Only sum and product are asked. Sum is given by minus b by a. That is minus of minus 3 over 1. So sum becomes equals to 3. Next we have to find product. Product is given by c by a. Positive c by a. C is what? Negative 4. A is what? 1. So I will get answer as minus 4. So sum is 3 and product is minus 4. If I have to find the sum of roots taken 2 at a time, it will be given by what? Tell me. Product here, it will be given by D. This is sum of roots taken 2 at a time. This is not product. This is sum taken 2 at a time. Right. And if you have to find product, how will I find product? It will be given by minus of D by A. D is what? Minus 1. And A is what? 1. So product is minus 1. So remember, sum we have found 3. Sum of roots taken 2 at a time is minus 4. And product of the roots is minus 1. I hope it is clear. Great. Awesome. Let's move on to another problem. Find the sum and product. Again, only sum and product is asked for the cubic polynomial 3x cube minus 19x. What I will do? What is A? A is 3. What is B? See, B is what? The coefficient of x square. Do we have an x square term here? No, right? That means it is 0. So B is what? 0. C is what? Here C is minus 19. And D is again the constant term, that is 0. Since we don't have any constant term, I will write it as 0. Now sum is given by what? Minus b over a. So sum of the 3 roots becomes 0. Now we have to find product. Let's first find the sum of roots taken twice at a time. I will write sum of roots taken twice. Okay. It will be given by how much? C by a, positive c by a. It will be negative 19 over 3. And we have to find product of roots. It will be given by d over a minus 1. Remember, don't forget the signs. In this case, it will not matter because it is minus 0 over 3. So answer becomes equals to 0. I hope it is pretty clear now. Okay, great. All right. Again, let's find what is the sum of the roots taken 2 at a time for the given polynomial. Again, my approach is the same. A is what? 27. B in this case will become 0. Why? Because I don't have a term of x square. The term of x square coefficient is 0. What is C here? C is negative 19. And what is D here? D is 23. But you have to find sum of roots taken 2 at a time. Remember, formula is C by A for that. Positive C by A. So answer will become 19 minus 19 by 27. This is the type of questions that you may get in examination or may not get, but this is what the thing is. We have to be very professional in this.
It's very hot this summer, but do you know what's even hotter? The complete 1-year program by sisyaclass for mathematics from grades 3 to 10. 100% only IIT and IIT teachers. This course completes Vedic mathematics and competitive exams like Olympiads and Math Kangaroo. The classes are starting from 5th of May 2025 and all of this for 9,999. Is the price a bit high? Don't worry parents, the mega offer from sisyaclass this summer season is live. And in this mega offer, you can get this complete 1-year mathematics program only for 999, which is even lesser than 2 rupees per class. Parents, what do you get these days for 2 rupees? Not even a good cup of tea. But here at sisyaclass, you are getting quality classes from IIT and IT teachers at even lesser than 2 rupees per class. Parents, hurry up, quickly click on the link given in the description below or scan this QR code to complete the payment and book your seat.
So thank you, dear students, for joining me in this yet another session of polynomials. We have covered some basic problems and the problems that can be asked in exam. In fact, this series is aimed just for this only. I have connected grade 9, how grade 9 is connected to grade 10. This is really important. All right. So thank you, dear students, once again for joining me in this session. I will be coming back with another video, the chapter 3 of grade 10. I'll tell you how it is related to grade 9 again. Again, dear students, if you want, you can check the description box below. You can get access to our special PC program for just rupees 29. This is 1 week long program in which you are getting multiple subjects: maths, physics, chemistry, biology, coding, and robotics. And plus you'll get free certifications as well as a chance to give our prestigious scholarship test. All right, so I'll see you there in the next video, dear students. Keep on studying. If you have any issues, you can let me know in the comment box below. I will make sure to incorporate in the next lesson. And bye bye. Keep on studying and take care.